going on, y'all? Welcome back to the Minion Moto Show. It's your boy, of course, Minion Moto. A chicka chicka what chicka chicka yeah. A lot of traffic out today. Kind of. Anyways, I literally just filmed the first half of Pre-Runner Chronicles episode 6, and now this is Pre-Runner Chronicles episode 7. Right, so might as well get both first half of 6 and 7 done, seeing that I have the back bumper almost here, or almost ready to go on, and my front fenders I'm waiting for, and they're saying they're going to show up in about 3 weeks by June 13th, but that's just an estimate. They might show up a little earlier than that. But so if you see episode 6 and now you're seeing episode 7, you see me wearing the same shirt. I'm in the same spot as episode 6 or in episode 7 now that I was in episode 6 in the beginning, is because I'm filming the first half of number 6 and 7 today at the same time. So this is episode 7, and it's Fiberwerx front fenders. Okay, they have a 4.5 inch bulge, which means they stick out 4.5 inches wider, and they also have a 2-inch rise. So these are the stock fenders here. There's the passenger side, there's the driver side. So what I mean by the rise and the bulge is the 4.5 inch bulge means this part is going to be about 4.5 inches wider, so it's going to be about out to here. And a 2-inch rise means this portion here next to the hood is going to be about 2 inches taller, so it's going to kind of go ramp and out like that, compared to just being this real streamlined look here. So with that, with these fenders, they're going to go way out. I'd say probably a good, like I said, they're about 4.5 inch bulge and about a 2-inch rise here. So yeah, on here they are going to go up a little bit, and then they are going to stick out a little bit. But so far, just that little bit of there's kind of like, I'm going to back up as much as I can so you can kind of see how wide the front end of the truck is right now. At about 8.5 to 9 inches of width on there, is about how much wider it's going to be. But you will see the end result once I get the fenders. Again, today is May 25th when I'm filming this. I just did the first half of episode 6. This is now episode 7 and whatnot. And after this one of episode 7 is gonna be a little bit of time before I do anything else with this truck, because I got to to really be able to do anything else, there's one more thing I want to do on the back of the truck for sure, but that's going to be a little bit pricey and that's going to take a while. And then if I would like to get some aftermarket wheels and tires, and I would like, these are like 31.5 inch tires. I would love to shove some 35s in there, but in order for me to do 35s or bigger, I'm gonna have to do the bed sides, and that's gonna be expensive, because yeah, I'm gonna have to cut the bed sides off, put the fiberglass fenders on the back in order to run 30. Well, actually, I looked it up. I can run 35s as it is stock without really any rubbing issues and stuff like that, which I might just run like some 33s for sure, and maybe some because these are 31s. Yeah, these are 31-inch tires, so kind of small. And what I'm going to do is definitely go to 33s when I do need tires. If I can, I would like to try to find some 35s and see if I can't shove them in here and without rubbing. And if I can do 35s without rubbing anything, when I turn or anything, that'd be great. But anyways, episode 6, or this is episode 7. This is the stock fenders. And yeah, I will catch you guys back here in a minute. Or in a second, when I get whenever the fenders show up to my house and I can put them on. So there's the last final view before the front fenders go on. So welcome back to episode number 7 of the Pre-Runner Chronicles. Alright, so this took me a little bit longer. I apologize for any wind noise. You know, it is a little breezy, and if y'all remember this area, this was like one of the areas that I made one of my first videos. I would have gone further down, but there's a truck down there. So the reason why it took me a little bit longer to film this second half was because, well, to make the fenders, they only make fenders to order. So when you order fenders, they don't have them just sitting on a shelf, because if you think about not only how many trucks are out there, but how many years, makes, models, so on and so forth with the fenders. So it's not, to have a set of fenders, at least front fenders and bed sides. I haven't done the bed sides, just the front fenders. But to have that, you would have to have such a large warehouse, it's not even funny. And to hope to God that somebody would actually buy those fenders, it's kind of pointless to make fenders for a truck that somebody might not buy the fenders for. So, but they also did have a little bit of a problem with making the fenders with their machines, so that's why it took like an extra week longer. I ended up getting them last week. Today is, I don't even know what day today is. Technical difficulties. Today's July 12th, so when I ordered them, I think I ordered them May 23rd, and I literally got them today's last Tuesday, which was the 12th, 11th, 10th, 9th, 8th, 7th, 6th, 5th, 4th. I got them July 4th, 4th of July. So, and so right there, bam. You can see how much wider they are, way wider. They have a little bit of a contour going to them. If you are looking for perfectionist type shit, trying to put aftermarket fenders on a stock truck, you ain't not going to have perfection. I do have a little bit of a gap here. This didn't really line up 100%. I could probably, they have this through Fiberwerx, so I should have probably ordered that, but I didn't. The gap here is a little bit kind of messed up there, a little bit there, kind of there. But believe me, I'm not building my truck to be a fucking show truck. I'm not building my truck to be, winning awards and stuff, And now, the next thing I am going to do is I'm going to pull these inner wheel wells out, because as you can see, there's a bunch of gapping in here, and it really serves no purpose, especially when I go with bigger tires. I don't need this all up in here. I mean, there's already, like, this is to protect dirt and shit from flapping going into the engine, but there's already a gap there, so there's no point, right? Really, no point in keeping them. So it does, I know the paint color doesn't match 100%, but even down the side there, you can see they do stick out pretty damn good. But honestly, I'm happy with how it's going so far. I'm happy with how my build is going so far. Sorry, I'm putting you into the sun and the wind. I'm sorry. But, you know, my whole thing is, if you're going to build a truck or a pre-runner, especially, you don't have to have it be special. Or, let me rephrase that. It doesn't have to be perfect, and not everybody has to like it. You build your truck to your liking with the amount of money that you can afford. Don't let other people criticize you and your build, and don't tell people or let people tell you, oh, that's the cheap way of doing it. There's only one way to build a truck, and it's the way you want it built. Now, yes, there's right ways to do things and there's wrong ways to do things, of course, obviously. But if somebody ain't got nothing nice to say about your car, your truck, you have a vehicle and you make it the way you want it, whether you keep it stock or you spend some money on it. As long as your car gets you to point A and point B, even if you got a little bit of you're constantly fixing the thing or whatever. I've been there. I've been in that situation where I've had an old ass truck that was always breaking down, and I couldn't afford to buy a newer truck for the longest time. And it irritated the hell out of me, of course. But while I drove that truck, I enjoyed it a little bit, even though it irritated the shit out of me every day. But now I have the truck that I'm happy with. I'm happier than all heck with this truck. Even though, yes, there's 1, 2, 3, about 4 more things I want to do to this thing, right? But so far, I am happy with how this looks. The wider fenders with a little bit of a on there, and it's looking really good, especially with that front bumper on there. Yeah, I like it. So let me know what y'all down in the comment section below what y'all think. And when you see this video, I have done kind of a new editing I found a different editing software on my computer that I'm using. So I'm hoping that the video quality of the videos are a little bit better. Not only the transition, pay attention to the transitions, the intro, the outro, and just whether or not the pixelation on the video is a little bit clearer, because I know like a lot of my videos are kind of really pixelated because, you know, the whatever. So anyways, love y'all, be safe. Let me know what y'all think down in the description below, how the truck's coming along. And there's the rear bumper there, of course. Yeah, deuces, y'all.